Hey, BJ Peters here, and I have some tips and tricks for you today that I want to share using the Colorful Seasons bundle. I have a gorgeous fall card that you are going to love to case and copy. Let's get started. Here are the cards that I've created for just to show you today. This is the one that I want to talk to you about with some embossing and some fun, just a quick little tip with this bronze corded ribbon. But there's also another little card here, and this one is kind of super fun too. Look at this, and because it opens up like this, there's something on the inside. I love it when there's a card on the inside. Easy to make with the Colorful Seasons bundle, and I just cut the leaves off and put them up on dimensionals right on the inside of the card. Great. What do you think of this color combination? The Peekaboo Peach, Always Artichoke, a little bit of cherry cobbler, and just a hint of Cajun Craze. And of course, here's the Colorful Seasons stamp set and the bundled framelits that come with it. And it's all from the annual catalog. This is a great bundle to have. As you can see, it's for all seasons. Let's talk about this card more. So I'm starting off with a piece of very vanilla cardstock that is 3 3/4 inches by 5 inches. And I'm just going to put the Peekaboo Peach color on first. This is actually a color combination that, I don't know, just happened, and man, I certainly kind of fell in love with it. Let's see, add a little bit of the Cajun Craze, or I'm sorry, this is the Cherry Cobbler, and then the Always Artichoke, which is a color I don't use very often, but it certainly really brings these colors together here. And then I'm just going to use the Cajun Craze and the Little Leaf from that set and add in just a couple of Cajun Craze. Now, I noticed that on this card, I embossed right over the top of it using the detail image. You want to make sure with our new firm foam pads, you know, this stays moist just a little bit longer. It's still a fast drying ink. It's not going to rub off, but you don't want embossing powder to stick to it either. So make sure that it's a little bit dry, let it sit for a minute, or even use a little bit of the heat embossing tool to get it to be dry. Just gonna stamp the greeting right on here in Always Artichoke. So now I've got my Versamark pad, and I'm gonna go ahead and ink up my stamps. And since this is a photopolymer stamp set, it is very easy to see right over the top here as I go ahead and apply the Versamark ink so that I can get my embossing powder to stick to it. I'm going to be using the copper embossing powder. That warmth color just really screams fall to me. I'm going to go off. I'm going to add a little bit of embossing powder to this and heat set it. So I've got my heat gun here, and this is the Stampin' Up! Heat gun, and I will tell you that there is a difference between using a cheaper model or a lower wattage heat gun, just like your microwaves. This one is just a quality tool. And one of the things when you're going to heat your embossing powder is you want to be fairly close like this to it. And the other thing I see many of my customers doing is going like this, and you're going to get uneven heating. My suggestion is that you start in one area and watch the embossing powder melt, and then just slowly move from one area to another, just like this. And you're going to get an even heat and an even melting of the embossing powder, and you're going to end up with a much more unified or beautiful project. And there we have it, all heat set. And I don't worry that it's off a little bit like this, didn't match up. You know what? It's just gorgeous the way it is. And I just think life is a beautiful thing. Let's layer this together. So I'm going to layer this onto a piece of Always Artichoke that is 3 7/8 inches by 5 1/8 inches. And then the card base here is Peekaboo Peach. Don't you just love this color on this fall card? So this is the standard 5 1/2 by 4 1/4 card front here. And I actually did just pop this up on dimensionals. All right, here is the copper trim, and it's kind of a metallic trim, and you can kind of see, you can pull it apart and it kind of stays in that shape. I'm going to go ahead and just leave this right on here, and I'm going to do kind of the, I call it the bunny ear bow. All right, so there's my bow, just like that. And I want the bow to kind of be stand out a little bit. So then I just pulled the bow part apart. And because it's got that little bit of a metallic piece to it, it is going to kind of stay like that. And I'm just going to attach that with the glue dot. And man, that copper just really brings out the copper embossing powder and really just kind of highlights that, don't you think? Wow, I love this card. Hey, check out all of these products in the links here on my YouTube video, or you can purchase them on my blog, stampandbj.com. And remember to create and feel great.